What up, you weirdos? Dave here, and I like knives. Here to talk to you today about the Kershaw Shuffle. This is a liner lock from Kershaw, obviously. Has a blade of 8 CR13 MOV steel. Now, I'm not any kind of a steel snob or whatever, but 8 MOV, just fine, good budget steel. Not great, but whatever. This is a $20 knife. It's a decent steel. Handle scales of glass field nylon, very, very thin, which is absolutely my favorite thing about this. The scales are covered in the K's, which is Kershaw's logo, obviously. The blade is 2.5 inches long with a very, very full belly. Sorry, I gotta keep it in frame here. Closed length is 3.25 inches, and the width, bumping camera, width, this dimension here is 1.5 inches. So very, very thin, great, great for in your pocket, but this dimension here, there is the possibility that you will feel that. Luckily though, very, very deep right pocket clip. Last measurement, the weight is about 3 ounces on this baby, alright? So very, very small blade, very small knife. A favorite for many people for EDC. Reason for that is most notably the deep carry pocket clip, and also just the fact that this is a very basic utility knife. Because it is so inexpensive, $25 from Kershaw themselves, $13 on Amazon. I got this for $20 from Academy. Very basic utility knife, cutting tape, cardboard. It's a cheap beater. It's well made, so I can cut anything with this and not care, which is great. For many people, one of my favorite things about this is that that extra choil right there. That's a choil, right? I don't know. You can choke up on it. You can put your finger there, more delicate, intricate cutting task, whatever. If you need to be more precise, choke up on it, just get more leverage. If you've got very big hands, that could be annoying right there because the blade's right there. So if you have massive hands, there's the possibility that you could end up cutting yourself. I have hands that are a size, I don't know, but I don't have any kind of a problem with that, and I don't anticipate having a problem with that at any point in the future. This is a liner lock. The liner feels a little thin. Lockup is decent very early, but that's not any kind of a problem with this. Here, you will find the Secrets of the Universe redacted. That's just because I can't spell utility, because I'm kind of dumb sometimes. Reversible deep carry pocket clip. I'm going to continue saying deep carry pocket clip a lot because I love that and I hate it if it's not. But this you can reverse, so it is 2 position, left or right, tip up only. These thumb studs I do have a problem with. It isn't any kind of a design flaw necessarily, but it is something that I wish more thought had gone into. Because of this finger groove right there, it's supposed to fit between their fingers, fits my hands perfectly. But because of that, this thumb stud has to be ridiculously far forward. It should not, no thumb stud should ever be in the way of the blade, which obviously this is, and leaves a lot of empty space right here where the thumb stud should be. This should be over. But because of that little triangle right there, nothing there right there. They had to push the thumb stud way over to the left when it should be further to the right. That's annoying and frustrating for me, but whatever. The lock is wonderful on this, very readily accessible. As you might be able to see, if I have any kind of decent lighting on this, there's a smoothed out portion right here, which is a little ground down, where your thumb can very easily access both the thumb stud and the liner and the lock right there. Very easy to get to. Here on the back you have what Kershaw refers to as a pry bar. That's a joke. It's not. It's whatever. The website also refers to it as a screwdriver. And that's true insofar as any fairly flat, dense object can be used as a screwdriver. That feels more like a gimmick than anything. It's a really big lanyard hole that just helps give it some personality. Here we have a bottle opener. Once again, that's a gimmick, and a dangerous one at that. There is the possibility that as you're pulling this out of your pants, that could grab onto your pocket or something in your pocket and rip it out or tear it or whatever. That's not been a problem for me so far, so I don't care. But I have heard of that happening for some people. That's a problem, and if you, well, it could be a problem. And if it is a problem for you, luckily you can just ground, you can take this apart, take the backspacer out, and just ground that down as far as you need to. As far as jimping, there's only a little bit on this backspacer here, which I guess does help you feel it a little bit. The bottle opener grabs into the hand a little bit. Not terrible, not anything too bad. My only issue with this, I consider this more of a project EDC than anything, not necessarily an everyday carry. But if I know I'm going to be cutting a lot of cardboard, if I'm going to be cutting insulation, stuff like that, this is what I go to. So I get a lot of use out of this. It's just not what I go for every day. Not big enough to cut an apple, perfect for cutting boxes. That's kind of where it sits for me. My biggest issue for this was that when I first got it, the pocket clip was just a little too tight, so it was kind of dangerous to take out of my pocket because it might have ripped my pants. That's what it felt like. So I just bent the clip back a little bit. Now it's not touching the handle, but it still works perfectly nice and secure in my pocket. Overall, because of the full belly of this blade, basically the quality of construction, this is very solid. It's not gonna fall apart. This is a good investment. For $20, this is an excellent investment. You will get a lot of use out of this. If you find yourself needing to cut things that would gum up a more expensive knife, this is perfect for that. So out of an arbitrary 5 stars, this gets a rating of just fine. Hope you guys have a great day, and if you have any comments or concerns, questions, whatever, if you have any experience with this knife, let me know down below. Or if you just want to talk about your dog, I would probably prefer to talk about your dog. So thank you, have a great day, bye.